Hey Sagittarius, gang gang. Yes, I'm back for full moon messages, Sag, and I have to say that I tried to do this earlier and I don't know what was going on, but I could feel so many people in my energy and just people's emotions pulling at me. So I knew I had to say, you know what? Not right now. Not right now. And get the turquoise out. So just an FYI, turquoise is very protective for Sagittarius. So let's get into it, Sag. As always, I actually do feel like this full moon is kind of personal for you, Sag. It's interesting because typically Capricorn energy is about achievement, success, rules, even resistance. I do see a little resistance, but it's not coming from where I expect it to. It really, I feel like a lot of this is about people, Sag. I do. I do. Definitely having learned your lessons when it comes to people, but I don't really feel like this is, it is about success too, because it's about trust. So let's get into it, Sag. And, don't shoot the messenger. But there's definitely a sense of completion here for you. Because underneath the deck was the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups. It doesn't get better than that. Like literally a huge turnaround underneath. And, what you're going to find is a much happier time. Really moving into happiness. Really, I feel like this will be very healing for you. And really just an end to, I don't know, we always have problems. Problems don't ever totally disappear, but, it's kind of feeling like your season of pain is ended. That's what I'm seeing. And I feel like, I kind of feel like this is for everybody. I said what I said. I don't even feel like these are specific messages for a specific person, like what that does come out to be the case a lot. But I actually feel, and these things a lot of the times are internal, especially with the movements of the moon. There's the dog, y'all. What will we do without her? So, there's very much a sense of going through cycles, right? The moon cycles are here. It's kind of like, and because there's a lot of full moon energy in your energy, it is like completing a cycle. It's like going through a whole cycle, and I feel, honestly, whether you realize this or not, I feel like you've been waiting for this. I do. I feel like you've been waiting for it because, there is like sort of like this completion in your feelings, in your heart space, and your emotions. Because we see the full moon here and the full moon here, right? And the full moon's here too, but I feel like this was something that started way before, to be quite honest with you. With the day moon, love is coming in. And I do feel like you maybe have been processing your feelings about it, processing your feelings about love. And you've been in this cycle where you have very much felt the need to protect yourself, to protect your heart. Yeah. It could be that you have kind of like fought against or pushed against going through some feelings, but that never ever lasts. Because there was a need for you to learn self-regulation or to regulate your emotions, which is really interesting because if you look at the podcast, there's a playlist for it where I talk about regulating your emotions and even regulating your nervous system. I feel like this is something you felt you had to do for your health. So maybe, maybe you haven't actually been open to love. Maybe you haven't been. Maybe there were some things about it, you know, that there was just a need that you felt that you needed to protect yourself. And I do feel as if you're letting that go. I feel like you've gotten there with self-regulation being here. You've mastered it. So now you're not going to feel the need so much to protect your heart. You're going to be more open, and this is what this is what the moon is doing for you, and this is your message from the moon. I feel like the moon is also telling you, look, Sag, you've taken this L, okay, and it doesn't always have to do with recovering from hurt. It can just be a compilation of things that have happened in the heart space that you've had to deal with because you've had to learn self-regulation, learn how to protect yourself, so I think that during this full moon period, you might be a little emotional. You might be thinking about that. You might be opening up to love. And, I feel like the universe is telling you love is coming. Love wants to come, right? Because that's kind of a message through that. Life wants to come. So, any feelings that you have in regards to protecting yourself, I don't know, I just feel like the moon wants you to let it go. Let go a little bit. You don't need to do this now. So any feelings that are lingering, you might need to deal with that. And it really centers around protection. And I actually feel like it's not just about other people. It's also about trusting yourself. So what's interesting is what might be rising, and you might feel it, that there's something coming. And I feel like it may be telling you that during this full moon, you're supposed to, just focus on you, on your stuff, because there may be stuff coming in from other people, and they're kind of telling you not to get involved. Stay in integrity. So you might actually need to fight the urge, and that might have something to do with the self-regulation too. So yeah, wow. And that's maybe this is all connected to, being open to love. Wow. Because going to the 10 of Cups is very magical. It's like being fulfilled. That is the ultimate in happiness. And maybe part of that is allowing yourself to be. Allowing yourself to be in the fullness of your heart. It's not easy, it's really not. So what you've achieved in the last 6 months, and I'm so proud of you, Sag, because we've been talking about it. Taking more risks, putting yourself out there, really kind of being more adventurous, trying new things, chasing your passions, really sliding into the Knight of Wands energy without feeling like it's being irresponsible. Because I think that has been the slippery slope that we have been on. We try to, because it's like we have an impulsive nature. So sometimes we don't take risks because we're afraid to be that person. But there's a really good side to the Knight of Wands too. The Knight of Wands isn't afraid. And is adventurous and really feels joy. And so, yeah, you're in it. And that's really great. What you haven't achieved yet, um, 5 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords. You might need to work out or to, and it's funny because I saw this in the first reading I did as well. These exact energies as something that you're mastering. So, you know, there's going to be people who don't see things from your way, who are jealous, who, you know, don't have your best interests at heart. But it also, this is with the 4 of Swords, largely just dealing with that. Just dealing with who these people are might be painful for you. And it's just, you need to get to the space where you just decide not to be involved. You know, that's basically what it is. You know, I'm not going to involve myself with that, or even stepping back from people who do this to you, because it causes resistance in your life. You know, maybe that's letting go of people. Maybe that's even letting go of hard feelings, because that would really play out in your heart space, right? You know, maybe there are times where, you know, you feel so hurt by some things that people do and say that you can't see their side of things, you know, and before you know it, you're involved, and it's kind of telling you to learn to take the step back, right? Also, to take the step back, maybe you're being called to take the step back, to be able to see things from other people's points of view and not react out of a hurt place, right? But let's take a look at that, Sag. Why do we always get the 5 of Wands? Because it's like the more you try to convince some people, and I feel like it just feels like removing yourself from situations that hurt you. Tell me about the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. 4 of Wands. Yeah. 5 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. Strength. I mean, it really feels like cutting your losses, Sag. You know, this determination to make relationships work, that clearly this person's not even seeing you. And it's like you fight for it, and it just hurts you. You know, I feel like Spirit's saying, don't. Learn when to pull yourself back and make your own well-being a priority, you know? No more fighting for, and it comes from a good place. Like, it comes from, I know we could overcome these challenges, but it just puts you in 3 of Swords and may be responsible for the 10 of Swords as well. I mean, but even if that's not you, even if that isn't staying in relationships too long and the continual feeling that something can work, it's accepting that some people don't want things to work with you. And you just gotta stop breaking your own heart when it comes to that. Just get out. You know, just get out. And because the truth is, it's like what you want for your next 6 months is getting to know people that you really feel aligned with. You know, and I also feel with the Page of Swords being here, because it's very much about getting to know people. It feels like you maybe go outside of your comfort zone here, you know. Page of Swords and the 2 of Cups. Justice, Emperor. Yeah, man. It's like reciprocal energy. People who want to build. And, you know, people who give as much as you give. I mean, that's what... So basically, what you need to strengthen is the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Like, it's finding the space of being open, not stupid, right? For sure. I mean, it's kind of saying, you know, you have to be able to trust people and then trust that people's hearts are honest and that they have good intentions. And you have to open your heart, Sag. You know, but I don't actually feel it, because it kind of has this feeling of, you know, really trusting that people are genuine, that people are coming from the heart, that things like this are possible. But I feel like it's also telling you that you need to have this space of having your heart open. But the way Sagittarius will go all in, it's like keeping something for yourself and being a little, I don't know, a little smart about it, Sag, if that makes sense to you. You know? Let's see. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. But it surely doesn't mean that every single person is lying, right? Yeah, the Devil. And the Moon. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's the fear that everyone is karmic, right? It's asking you to trust a little bit more, but maybe not, you know, maybe hold something back. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense to you. Yeah. And what you need to release is, it's always this way for Sag. The Three of Pentacles with the Empress reversed. Letting people help you, letting people be there for you. The ability to work with others without thinking that they're out to get something, or take from you, with the Empress reversed, right? So let's take a look. Three of Pentacles and the Empress reversed. Yeah, Three of Wands. Three of Wands and the Three of Swords. Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of like you can work together with others. You can trust people. You can work with people and lean on people. Because the truth is, it's like, this is something that you've learned. Like, even if something happens, even if it hurts you or a problem comes up, the Six of Wands, you'll always land on your feet. You literally always do. Like, there's nothing that anyone else can do to stop your success. Amen, amen. Yeah, so Nine of Swords, High Priestess, Page of Wands. This is reminding me of old keys don't open new doors. There is, you know, you are getting a new perspective, and moving away from fear. It's kind of like an intuitive feeling that is letting you know that, you know what, even though I may be afraid to take chances, even though it may, it's kind of like being afraid to take a chance or to jump in, that it's going to cause another problem for you, or another more baggage that you have to deal with. And the truth is, you're getting a new perspective on that. And that is basically nothing ventured, nothing gained. You know, with death being reversed, you know, that death reversed is kind of like avoiding change or pushing against a transformation that wants to come in. And it's basically comes from because someone maybe really hurt you, or people have disappointed you, and you want on some level to not forget that because you don't want to go through it again, when literally all you have to do is accept happiness. Sag. Accept happiness. So I love this. You know, don't look at that like, oh, so much to deal with. No, this is leading you towards, there's so many tens, right? It is really leading you towards towards more trust, towards more open-hearted energy, trusting love, trusting people, being more open. And I do feel like you will really be dealing with some sort of trust issue during this full moon. So pay attention. Pay attention, Sagittarius. Yes, so let's see. What is a reminder Sagittarius needs during the full moon? Overthinking can spoil the magic. Right? Okay, Sagittarius, I hope this really helps you. And, you know, I do really feel this is because other people may be starting to approach you, and you may judge them right at the onset. You know what I mean? So, all right, Sag. I said what I said, gang, gang. And just remember that I've been tagging products. I've made some shirts for, you know, the cause and Sagittarius, and some mugs, and check it out if you have time. So, yes, that's what I got. Toodles.